We begin in West Africa, where the All Progressives Congress Governorship candidate, Usman Ododo, has been announced winner of the just concluded November 11 governorship election in Kogi State. Ododo won with 446,237 votes, defeating his closest rival, Murtala Ajaka of the Social Democratic Party, who had 259,052 votes, while Dino Melaye of the People's Democratic Party pulled 46,362 votes. And this is despite INEC announcing that fresh polls will be conducted in some polling units in the Ogori, Magongo Local Government Area of the state on November 18 this year. The returning officer for the Kogi governorship election, Professor Johnson Urama, disclosed this on Sunday evening.
Ahmed Usman Ododo of APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected. Thank you very much.
And to discuss this further, I'm being joined on the news by Musa Olumayowa Yakubu, the media head for the Action Alliance Party. Good morning, good afternoon rather, glad to have you join me.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Okay, let's start with the circumstances surrounding the arrest of Olayinka Braimoh of your party, the Action Alliance, governorship candidate. Security operatives reportedly arrested him and 7 of his security details after they claim to have found campaign materials in his car. What's your own side of the story?
Thank you so much. Just like we already mentioned, everything was planned. There was no election in Kogi State. Let me just be sincere with you. There was no election in Kogi State. It was an arrangement made by the state government. You can imagine it happened even before the election when they've been harassing our candidate in person of Otumba Olayinka Braimoh. Initially, there was this rumor everywhere, orchestrated by them, that it was being sponsored by the state government. From there, they said he stepped down for their candidate. And unfortunately for them, on the day of the election, they got him arrested, illegally arrested, with a member of his team, and they were locked up. He was locked up there for more than 8 hours. At a point when people came around and they had no choice than to release him. But you can imagine, they only released him, but leaving his, as I'm still talking to you, the security they are still behind bars in the SSS cell in Lokoja. It is quite unfortunate. If you look at the whole state, there were pre-written results. Take, for instance, the issue of Ogori Magongo, local government there, about 67 units had their election results pre-written. You can imagine, in the whole of Central, we have 3 central districts, the whole of Central where the governor actually comes from, and the so-called announced governor, everything there was written.
Mr.
You can
Yakubu,
imagine the issue of accredited voters, where you have like 1,000 accredited voters. At the end of the day, results counted, numbers of people that voted counted were like 2,000.
In the light of all you said, if I may just quickly chip in, because I still have a couple of questions for you, Mr. Yakubu. In the light of all the contentions you have raised, what is the next step for your party? What is the way forward in terms of all of these contentions you have raised regarding the election in Kogi State?
We are going to take, we are talking to our lawyer presently, and at the end of the day, we are going to challenge this thing in the law court, and we are sure of victory, because there was no election in Kogi State. It was a complete, 100% scam, and we are all aware of that.
We understand.
Why do they even have to count 7 units? Why not the whole of the state? Somebody like me, I voted. Some of my supporters voted in my unit. But at the end of the day, 0% was recorded for my candidate. Same thing happened all over the state. It was a complete fraud. There was no election in Kogi State. And that was the reason why Senator Dino Melaye and that of SDP Ajaka, they have also rejected the result.
Mr. Yakubu, just if I may quickly. Okay, if I may quickly just come in again. Apologies, if I may quickly come in again. We understand that 59 polling units will be conducting fresh elections come Saturday.
Yes.
What are your expectations?
My expectation, just like other parties, just like I've said, we want the whole election to be cancelled because it was a complete sham. There was no election in Kogi State, so everything should be cancelled. Cancelling just 67 units out of over 2,000 units. It's just like a child play. So to us, there was no election. At the end of the day, we are heading to court, and we are sure of victory. Thank you so much.
Okay, one more last question for you, Mr. Yakubu. Would you say the security operatives in Kogi State played a fair and just role in the conduct of elections or not?
No, the security operatives were not fair. How can you, on the day of election, arrest a candidate? Automatically, what they're trying to do was to create fear in the minds of the supporter, which happened. Most of Olayinka supporters could not vote because they were scared. It is like when you have arrested the head, what do you expect other part of the body to do? So people actually ran away from a voting center. Somebody like me, I was running from my own polling unit. I just spent 5 minutes. I was lucky that I was able to vote. After that, I had to run away. Same thing happened everywhere in the whole of Kogi State.
But Mr. Yakubu, just to respond to what you just said quickly. I mean, what they have said was that election materials were allegedly found in his vehicle, and that was what necessitated his arrest.
You see, it's a matter of nomenclature. When you say election material, what was found in his car was not election material at all. It was a specimen of this ballot paper specimen. When I say sample, can you use sample to something that is acceptable to vote? Is it possible? Is it done anywhere in the world? It is not. It's something that was released just before the election for everyone to teach electorate. And just one of it. See, let me be sincere with you. That same road, that same morning, another candidate passed through that road, and he was not arrested. This thing, like I said, was suggested by the state government. They were following the monitoring right from Lokoja up to Kaba, where they were able to do what they wanted to do. So to me, the security people, they were actually complicit in this particular issue. They knew what they were planning, and at the end of the day, they were able to carry it out. Thank God, nothing happened to it, because a day before the election, they would have done something unimaginable, undemonstrable. They were to attack him, but thank God that one did not happen. So when they were not successful on that, they now decided to turn to the issue of arrest. So it was disenfranchised apart from that, and all the supporters across the state, including myself, are talking to you.
Well, I must sincerely thank you for your time on the news. Musa Olumayowa Yakubu, the media head for the Action Alliance Party. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.